gives you a better chance of getting the foul. Michael Jordan is 5 for 6 now from the free throw line. He's got 16 points. Pressure by the 76ers.
For the record, ain't trying to make no time to waste.
Welcome back to Tie Kicks for a brand new review. We're going to be looking at the Nike Air Jordan 1 in the neutral grey 85 colourway. Limited to only 23,000 pairs, this Peter Moore designed Jordan 1 is every Jordan head's must-have pickup of 2021. Considering the shoe hasn't released for over 35 years, and showing my age, it hasn't come out in the whole time that I've been on planet Earth. So this is the first time it's ever retroed, and the desire to get hold of this shoe for a Jordan head was immensely strong. So without messing around, let's have a look at the box. So this box comes in an inverted version of a normal Jordan 1 box. It's red and black, but it's the Nike branding on it that's black, with the majority of the box in the red color. Now I managed to pick this shoe up in a UK 9.5, and I will give a massive thank you to Offspring in the UK for giving me an opportunity to win this. They did a creative competition with the opportunity to get hold of this shoe by showing your love for Jordan and his legacy, and to think outside the box on what you could do to sort of show that. Now, I haven't got a massive amount of Jordans in my collection, but they are ever growing, and I do love a good story to a shoe, and the 85 edition of this particular shoe was quite a lore. So what I did was I came up with an idea to create a kind of shrine to Jordan in virtual reality.
So put your headsets on.
I produced a basketball court in VR with the 6 NBA trophies all up on the wall, images of Jordan dunking and doing his thing, and we had a big screen playing some of Jordan's key highlights in the 1985 season. Now that was clearly good enough, got the attention, and was definitely outside of the box. So now I've said that, let's actually get inside this box. So lifting the lid on this particular box, we are greeted with something of a difference. Inside here is some really nice translucent tissue paper with the Jordan branding on it, with the Wings logo, the 23, and the Jumpman symbol. Now, one thing that's really amazing to me about this particular pair, and probably the previous versions which I didn't manage to get my hands on of the 85 shape, is the attention to detail. Inside here, each shoe is individually wrapped, which is an amazing touch. It feels very special. And here it is. This is the Jordan 1 in the neutral grey 85 edition. And this is absolutely stunning. I can't turn around and tell you how much I love this particular Jordan colorway, and the cut of it is very different to previous Jordans that I have owned in the Jordan 1 line. And there's so many cool little hints of history about this particular pair that I will go over. But first, I think we just need to go over the shoe in its entirety so that we can see some of the differences between this and a normal Jordan. The biggest difference overall is the materials that are used on this. None of this is a particularly sort of soft, supple, plush leather, no tumbled leather on this shoe. It is very much a very thick cut of leather that's got a very smooth finish all around. I will say the quality control on this pair that I have seen is incredible. Like, every single piece of stitch work on the shoe is really, really well done, and there's nothing about it that I can turn around and say I'm really disappointed with in any way, shape or form. Other things to mention about this particular shape of Jordan is the toe box. This is very standout in this 85 cut of Jordan 1. It's got a slightly more curved element to the toe box, and a slightly more rounded end to the toe. Obviously, this has the heritage element to it and the original aesthetic of the Jordan 1 from the 85. So one of the major key differences as well to this particular style of Jordan 1 is the midsole. It has a very different shape to a more modern day Jordan 1. The midsole on here kind of sort of almost raises up through the midfoot and then sort of like sweeps down a little bit more. And in comparison, I'll show you. So here is the Jordan 1 Shattered Backboard 3.0. And as you can see with the midsole, it's a little bit more streamlined. It just goes from front to back, very square. It doesn't have the undulations of the 85 cut, which you can see here definitely is a different shaped midsole. Another thing that's really key is that you can see that there's a pattern embossed into the midsole too. It's a lot more standout, it's a lot deeper. And then we have got the traditional Jordan 1 sole on this particular shoe. Not a lot different there, it's all very the same. So one of the other things about the 85 is the wings logo. It's a little bit more embossed than you would get on a more recent Jordan 1. As you can see, it's the wings pressed into the shoe and you see the actual overall style of the logo stands out. Whereas in comparison to modern day Jordan 1, as you can see, it's a little bit more debossed. So you see it sort of stamped into the leather. One of the other things about this shoe is its fit. Now, if we're going to be talking about sizing, let's talk about the fit. This fits a little bit more narrow than your standard Jordan 1. I think that it's mainly because of the sole and the materials that it's a little bit snug. And I think that this is going to take some time to break in to really make it comfortable. So for you wide footers out there, I would definitely consider getting a slightly bigger size if you're going to try and pick this up. For me, it seems okay, and I'm sure it will break looser. I haven't worn them really at all as it stands at the moment. I've just about laced them up. But I have tried them on and the feeling isn't too bad. But from other reviews I've seen, people have said to be mindful of them being narrow. I can't really be truthful and tell you what size will suit you, because if you are wide footed and you go bigger, it could just be longer, and that's not really what you want to do. The best thing I can recommend is if you can try an 85 version of the Jordan 1 on, then you'll have a better idea. But I do understand that it is hard to come by. Let's go over some of the special things about the 85 that you get. Now, previous 85s came with dust bags and were numbered pairs. Now, this one doesn't have that. Sadly, for some reason, Jordan brand decided that this didn't need that. But in my opinion, considering the shoe has not released since its original release in 1985, you would think that this would need that special treatment. The timeless style arrives sporting a throwback hang tag depicting MJ soaring above the Chicago skyline. Some of the special features of the shoe are really cool, and one of the main ones was this. It came with a special hang tag, really nice. And it's got a lot of information inside about the original info to do with the Jordan 1 shoe when it originally dropped, and the technology inside it for the air that was being an innovation at the time. And something that I think is a really nice touch on this shoe is to have a lot more information and detail about the original shoe's design, the technology behind it, and overall the story behind the inception of the Jordan 1. So on the inside of the shoe, you'll see that there are some numbers and the sizing of the shoe. Now that is a nod to the original Jordan 1. When it first released, they had info, details, numbers on the inside of the shoe, just inside the sock liner, and it would give the size on there, and I presume it's like a production number of some kind. Inside both shoes are some OG stickers giving you information about what model it is, serial numbers, colorways, and codes and date of production. Now, this particular one has a slight flaw. This sticker also came with a previous version in the reverse bred 85s, and it seems that maybe Nike got a little bit lazy with this and they decided to just print out the same stickers. So on the inside of it, it will say the model, which is the Air Jordan, the code, the pattern, and the last that was used to design the shape of the shoe. And then you've got the sizing, which for this one is a men's 10.5 US or UK 9.5, with the color, which says white, red, black, which we know is not the color of this. So that was a little bit disappointing because it felt a little bit lazy. Maybe there is a genuine reason behind this, and probably it's because it's going back to the original main Chicago colorway potentially, and that's why they've decided to keep that as it is. Inside it also has the date, which is November 14, 1984, which I'm presuming is related to Jordan and his start in the NBA. I may be wrong, but that's what I think. And it says inside it a remark which says Jordan Pro BB. They do come with an added set of grey laces, which is quite nice. It gives a little bit of a change up if you're not into pure white laces. So finally, let's go over the whole shoe and have a look at some of the details. The shoe is predominantly white and predominantly made out of a very thick cut of leather. On the inside of the sock liner, you've got some really nice grey mesh that is really well padded. On the outside of the shoe, you've also got some hints around that sock liner on the outside of a nice grey suede, and you've also got a little window of it that sits just below the ankle region. Both of the swooshes on this particular shoe are also in that really nice thick cut suede, something that I think is a really, really premium touch and something that is really clean to look at. Overall, the shoe's aesthetic is of any of the Jordan 1, but obviously with those little 85 originalities. The laces in these I've kept to the white color, and we've also got the tongue, which has the Nike Air branding on it. Inside, the sock liner has Nike Air on the inside, nothing different, nothing crazy. And aesthetically, I think this shoe is probably one of the best shoes to drop already in 2021. Now, I think it's about that time that we saw these on feet. Thank you for watching this Tie Kicks review of the Jordan 1 Neutral Grey High 85. I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, don't forget to hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you know when new videos drop. Hit the subscribe button, which is really important too. And smash the like button, because the more you do that, the more people know that you enjoy what I do. And with that being said, I'll see you guys for another Tie Kicks review really soon.